Good evening, everyone, and welcome to the Elmore County Commission work session for September 23rd, 2024. I'll call this meeting to order. The first agenda item will be special presentations. On an ongoing basis, the County Commission recognizes organizations and citizens, individuals that have won different awards or championships, and we're very proud of these people in our county that work hard to achieve these goals. And so tonight we have four special presentations that we're going to present, and the first one is going to be Brantley Ann Barrett. And so Brantley Ann, I'll invite you and your father Justin to come to the podium, and I'm going to read an excerpt of the resolution we'll be presenting you tonight, and we appreciate y'all being here. The first agenda item is the resolution honoring the achievements of Brantley Ann Barrett, 12U Alabama Open Horseman Association pole bending state champion. Brantley Ann has been riding horses since she was 5 years old and began competing in 2023 and riding her horse she trained for timed events named Dale. She recently won the 12U AOHA pole bending event at the Alabama Open Horseman Association State Championship horse show with the winning time during her championship competition of 24.859. Congratulations, Brantley Ann. That's quite the accomplishment. When I read an email your dad sent concerning y'all being here tonight, he talked about your horse being named Dale and the fact that she trained him, and so I know that she in that sentence was you. So y'all both tell us a little about what the work it took to get ready for this event.
Well, Dale, we bought him last year as a ranch horse to just ride to get up cows and play with on trail rides and stuff, and he happened to be in the right place when another horse wasn't working out for me. And so about a year and a half ago, we started working with him to try to get him faster at poles and barrels and really just having fun. And then this year, he wanted to work for me, and I wanted to work for him, and we really got our heads together and tried really hard, and he was a great horse for me, so.
Wow, that's very good, Justin. I'm sure you and your family were proud of her hard work and what she's done.
Oh yeah, last year was our first year doing town events, and it was a big learning curve. And now this year being competitive, it was we went through a lot of ups and downs, a lot of tears and a lot of smiles. And the state championship really was a surprise, but it was a testament of just going out and having fun and not putting too much pressure on ourselves.
Right. Well, I know y'all are very proud, and we're always proud to see that our youth in our county and what the hard work they're willing to put out to achieve these goals, and we enjoy recognizing them. And it's always good to see family and friends. I know you have some other people with you, to support you, which really is one reason I think we have such a good county and an attractive place to live. So we appreciate you being part of that. Are there any other comments from commissioners?
I'd like to. This is we see the proclamations, but I know how much work goes into that, because a lot of people show their whole life and never win a state championship in pole bending. You're looking at one of them, old one here, but that's a big deal. My kids showed, and the HOA showed, my grandkids showed, and they're grown up now. But there's a lot of work, and you talk about your horse. It's a lot in the rider too, and the work that you put in, and it's just a big deal, and we're so very proud of you. To win the state, I know people come from all over the state to that show down there. I know how big it is and how many days it lasts and how hot it is and all the work you have to do, and we're so very proud of you in Elmore County.
Thank you.
Brandon, it's fantastic that you spend the hours and the time and your families are back you, and I know there's some proud grandparents are sitting around here too tonight and love every minute that you're doing it there. And it's amazing. He was talking about the horses. The first date I had with my wife, actually, I had to go to a rodeo because she was doing a barrel racing. So, and she put hours in, and I'd say, hey, let's go do this. And she said, I can't, I got to go ride. So I know the time you spend in it and dedication, and we look forward to many years of having you back here and continuing this award for Elmore County and the state. Thank you.
I just want to take a moment to congratulate you. That's quite an accomplishment. I'm like Mac. I grew up around horses. I've had them, and my daughter, oldest daughter, only one I got, but my oldest she's still showing horses. Matter of fact, she was down at the same horse show you were at, and she's also a coach for Auburn University on their equestrian team, one of them. But I'm gonna tell you something, you started something that you may think, well, I get older and I'll quit doing this and move on to something else. Well, my daughter started in 4-H about the time, about a little bit younger than you. She's now the 4-H agent for Chambers County, and she loves it, and it's all because of a horse and stuff. So you keep doing what you do, and you can make a career out of it, for sure.
Brantley, Commissioner Hill just told his story, so I'm gonna keep mine short. Congratulations, this is awesome, super proud of you.
Thank you.
And that's a great-looking belt buckle you
Yeah,
won,
that's
too.
right.
Thank you.
Be proud of that.
Yeah.
She went to the lake the next day after she won it. I said, you wear your belt buckle with your bathing suit too?
There you go. You need to be proud of that. So Justin and Brantley Ann, I'm going to ask you all if you will to come to the front, and we will present you a resolution, and bring anyone else with you that's there back.
And congratulations to to her parents and grandparents, because I know how much they put into it too. You too, Neely. I know what a big deal that is and how much work those parents and grandparents do, and we appreciate all of you.
All right, now we'll move on to the next item, and I'm going to start by asking Larry Brown and Tommy Sanford, if they will, to come to the front. They're representing the Elmore County Firefighters Association. And I'll read the next agenda item, then an excerpt from the resolution we'll be presenting y'all tonight. Next agenda item is Firefighter Appreciation Proclamation. Our county has many volunteer firefighters who serve an essential role in protecting our lives, our families, and the economic life in Elmore County from the threat of destructive fire, often at a great personal sacrifice. They provide valuable services through their assistance to the citizens of their communities and Elmore County during times of need and crisis. They respond to emergencies without hesitation when the call of duty arises, and they tirelessly give of their time and energy in humanitarian efforts, making themselves available every hour of the day, every day of the year. Larry and Tommy, I just can't imagine not having the fire service that we have in our county, and these words in this resolution can only attempt to express our appreciation for what y'all do. Our fire departments are always there to help our citizens, and we just wanted to make sure y'all were here tonight so we can each individually and as a group express our gratitude. Whenever y'all are called, for whatever reason, y'all are always there, and if we didn't have you, I'm not really sure what we or our citizens in the county would do. We hope we never get there. There's some counties that don't have the great fire service and the great volunteers that we do, but we're blessed here in Elmore County to have any fire service that we would want to put up against y'all. I would say I would come down on the side of our guys in Elmore County. I've seen y'all work extremely hard, and we're very, very grateful for that. Any questions, any comments from commissioners?
Well,
Go
go
ahead.
ahead, you go ahead.
Guys, we appreciate you, all of you in the audience and everybody that volunteers. And people don't realize all the hours you put behind the scene of all the training and having to help raise money to keep your fire departments going, and that's tremendous for you. But I'm going to give a KOs right there to Tommy. Tommy is how many years? 50 what now?
53.
53 years. And Larry, I think
I've been doing it 40.
40 years. So you're talking almost 100 years of great service to our county, protecting us and helping our insurance rates go down. That's what a lot of people don't realize. These guys help out a lot. Your insurance would be a lot higher if it wasn't for our great fire departments in our area, volunteers, and our regular fire departments. So thank you, and thank for everyone and all the time that you spend. Thank you.
I think it goes without saying that you're all heroes, and we're honored just to sit in the room with you. I see Tallis, I see fire departments from all over the county. And Tommy and I've said this before, but Tommy and his dad helped us start the Pelagia Fire Department in 1975 with an old piece of a truck we bought from Montgomery. But we didn't have any fire service in the lake area whatsoever back then. So you can imagine something caught fire, it just burned to the ground unless the electric could come help us a little bit. But we could talk for hours about what you do. But I think the last few years is a testament as to what this fire service means to this county when you think about all the tornadoes and all the disasters we've had just in the last 4 or 5 years. And our chairman said, y'all always there when we call you. Sometimes before we call you, y'all already there, moving trees out of the road and in every manner possible. And we just can't thank you enough, and we're glad to support you in any way that we can. Thank you so much.
I just want to say this to all of y'all out here. I appreciate, and a lot of people don't understand what a volunteer fire department's about, and that it takes people that are willing to step up and volunteer for this and go through the training, because I know every one of y'all has been through training. It's not just something where you get together and, hey, let's go put out a fire. You're trained, you know what you're doing, and I can tell you, being in law enforcement, there's been many a times when I've heard that siren show up and heard y'all were coming to a scene and just breathe a sigh of relief. And I really do appreciate everything you guys do, and ladies.
And I just wanted to add, hey Larry, hey Tommy. Mr. Tommy stayed on us about funding. He is a true hard servant, yes, for fire department. And to everyone out there, and we can sit here and say thank you all the time, but if you don't ever go out to the scene and watch these ladies and gentlemen in action, it's amazing. While we run away from the dangers, they are running to it. And while I would run around like a chicken with my head cut off, they're calm and they're just handle business. And we appreciate everything that you all do in Santuck and Millbrook and all our other fire agencies that are out here. Casada, Wetumpka, we appreciate everything that you do to keep our citizens safe. And just know your county commission's always going to try to find funding for you. And these individual commissioners, just hit us up. Just hit us up. We try to figure out any way we can to support you guys.
Yeah, we do appreciate it. We appreciate y'all, and we appreciate all these people here that are members of the fire service, whether currently or in the past. We appreciate what they have done as well. So at this time, what I want to do is I want to invite you two to come to the front, along with all the volunteer firefighters that are here. If y'all will come to the front, we'll present the resolution, and then we'll take a photo.
Squeeze in right here, okay? Get Larry in the middle. And everybody can turn sideways. Somebody may have to get down low. Somebody can come up here. Somebody can come up here. Well, you may want to get right in front of Tom.
Across the table.
She won't listen to me. She said, get up.
I did that one.
All right, as everyone is taking their seat, I'm going to invite Chief Tommy Sanford to come back for a few comments.
Do what now?
Tommy, you might want to pull that out and hold it close,
Yeah,
Okay,
you're a little taller than
just the
that'll
top
be
of it.
good.
There you go.
Yeah, I wanted to say, Desiree, we were talking about 53 years. When we was at Law Day the other day, we were showing the fire truck, and one of the second graders said, "Mister, how old are you?" So, and we had a good time up there. That's a good thing. I wanted to thank the commissioners for all of the assistance that they give the volunteer fire departments in Elmore County. They help us with our workman's comp insurance and also several other things. We won't get into all that. They told me I only had 30 minutes, so I'm gonna hurry. What we do for free for our citizens of Elmore County can be very dangerous. That workman's comp insurance is good to know we got it, because not everyone wants to run into a burning house. So thank y'all for providing that for us. In Elmore County, we have approximately, or we do have 20 fire departments, most of which is volunteer. We work to keep our homeowners' insurance rates lower. We not just answer fire calls, but fire and emergency calls. We have to raise funds, fundraising events. There's always grass to cut, groundwork, and we cut trees during storms on our county roads. Training 8 to 10 hours a month. There's clerical work. And this summer, we've had an increase in calls. We've had 4 reptile calls inside houses or on the porch. In other words, snake calls that nobody else wants to do. So they call the fire department. If we go out at 2 o'clock in the morning, we still have to get up the next day and go to work. As they said, somebody said a while ago, it is a sacrifice being a volunteer fire department of our time. And yes, we still make house calls, and we do it for free. Thank y'all.
Tom, we appreciate your comments, and you can rest assured, as long as we can possibly help support the volunteer fire departments in Elmore County, we will sure do that, because we appreciate what takes place there. All righty, now I'm going to ask Jamie Brown with the Heart of Alabama Food Bank, if you would come to the podium, and I'll read the next agenda item, and then a short excerpt from the resolution we'll be presenting with you tonight. Welcome.
Thank you.
Next agenda item is Hunger Action Awareness Proclamation. September is Hunger Action Awareness Month, and the Heart of Alabama Food Bank works to address the food insecurities of citizens they serve, and specifically those in Elmore County that are food insecure. The Heart of Alabama Food Bank is a member of Feeding America nationwide network, and the Elmore County Commission is committed to bringing awareness to the problem in our society of food insecurity and to the efforts of our local food banks for the services they provide to Elmore County citizens. Commissioner Hines serves on the Heart of Alabama Food Bank board, and I think I'm going to ask him, if you would, to make a few initial comments, if you will, and Jamie, if you'll share after Commissioner Hines finishes speaking.
I will. Thank you.
Thank you, Chairman. What people don't realize is how many people out there go to bed, kids do at night, hungry. And the Heart of Alabama serves 34 counties, but there's 12 counties in particular that we serve. And last year, 26 million pounds of food was handed out by the Heart of Alabama. There's 211 agencies and all the volunteers that have to work. We were talking about the volunteers with the fire department. It's also hard to get volunteers to go into a warehouse and put food in bags and deliver it, and to maintain the tractors and the trucks that's delivered. This is one of the boards that I'm honored to be on, because it does serve our community of Elmore County and all the counties around, where young kids can get up in the morning and make sure they got something to eat, and when they get home, they got something to eat. And it's just an honor to have you here tonight and all the work that you do, and all our board members and all our agencies and all the volunteers that work there, because without you, we couldn't have fed 26 million pounds of food last year. Thank you.
Thank you, Commissioner Hines, and we appreciate your service to our organization as well. The reality in Elmore County alone, There's 12,330 individuals that we know are food insecure, because that's reported. There's numbers that aren't reported, and there's work to do, and we're able to do that. You're absolutely correct. We have a phenomenal team of volunteers, and we are far-reaching. I mean, obviously in Elmore County, but the work goes beyond this, and it's truly mind-blowing. And we serve 6 food pantries here in Elmore County alone, and we can't do it without y'all's support. We can't do it without our neighbors, but it really is all about serving our neighbors in need. And anyway, I better stop because I might just shed a tear, but the reality is, you're so right. There's so much work to be done, and we appreciate the recognition. It's really a 24/7, 365 thing, and what a lot of people don't realize is food insecurity looks like every one of you here and every one of you behind me. It doesn't look like what you think it looks like. So we appreciate this recognition. Thank you.
Well, Jamie, we appreciate what you do. We appreciate your passion for the effort. Any other comments from commissioners? I'm now going to ask, if you will, to come to the front, and we'll present you with this proclamation. Right now, I'm going to ask Ms. Emma Sanders, if she will, she's with the Gear Up program, to come to the podium. And we're going to read the next agenda item and then an excerpt from the resolution. Welcome tonight.
Thank you.
National Gaining Early Awareness and Readiness for Undergraduate Program, Gear Up Proclamation. The Gaining Early Awareness and Readiness for Undergraduate Programs is a federally funded grant program designated to increase the number of low-income students who are prepared to enter and succeed in post-secondary education. The program is a partnership of Auburn University and serves 7,000 eighth grade students across Alabama, to include Southside Middle School in Tallahassee. The Elmore County Commission recognizes the week of September 23rd through 27th as National Gear Up Week in Elmore County, and urges all citizens to join us in this special observation. Ms. Sanders, tell us more about this program, if you will, please.
I sure will. As the chairman stated, I am Emma Sanders. I am the Region 9 School Liaison for the Auburn University Gear Up Achieve program. Gear Up Achieve is a college and career readiness program that will serve over 7,000 students in 29 counties of the state of Alabama. We're here to prepare these students for post-secondary options, to introduce them and make them aware of all of the options that is available for them outside of high school, whether that is going to a 2-year, 4-year, taking up a trade or certificate program. We want them to be prepared for life after high school.
We appreciate what your service and your organization does for our students here in Elmore County, and of course, all of Alabama that you serve.
Okay. Thank you.
I will now ask, if you will, you want to come to the front here, we'll present you with a resolution and take a photo.
Okay.
You know, we love doing those resolutions, recognizing people in the county. That's one of my favorite things we get to do. All right, now we move to regular business. Review the minutes of the September the 9th, 2024 commission meeting. Are there any questions or comments from commissioners? Next item, review the memorandum of warrants for a period of September 1, 2024 through September 13th, 2024. Mr. Byer?
Mr. Chairman, Commissioners, for that period of time, the memorandum of warrants was $1,889,455.68.
All right, thank you. Are there any questions or comments from commissioners? All right, now we'll move to old business. Consider 3 appointments to the E911 Board. Appointments due 9/23/2024. Candidates are Keith Barnett, Robert Head, Larry Brown, and Leon Smith, Jr. Are there any questions or comments from the commissioners? Next item, consider 1 appointment to the Ridge Improvement District Board. Appointment due 9/23/2024. The candidate is Richard Langford. Are there any questions or comments from the commissioners?
I believe Mr. Langford is on the board now. Is he?
That is correct.
Yes, okay, thank you.
Okay. Next item, discuss 5 appointments to the Elmore County Industrial Development Authority Board. Appointments due 9/20/23/24. The candidates are Emily Johnson, John Strickland, Harris Garner, Rhett Smith, and Art Faulkner. And commissioners, as a reminder, these IDA board positions must be filled by members of the Elmore County Economic Development Authority, and these candidates are current members of the ACETA board. Are there any questions or comments from commissioners? All right, now we'll move to new business. Meridian Waste, Gentry Shows. Mr. Shows, if you want to come to the podium. Mr. Shows is representative of the company that holds a residential solid waste collection service contract that serves the unincorporated areas of the county and also 4 of our municipalities. And he's here to share about a merger that's recently taken place between Ara and Meridian. Mr. Shows?
Yes, sir. Thank you, Commissioner. I appreciate the commission having me here tonight. We appreciate our relationship with the county. Our company entered into a merger negotiations back during the summer, and as it came about in September, we closed a merger with Meridian Waste. Your contract's still with Advanced Disposal. Your performance bond, everything that you do is still with Aero Disposal. I'm sorry. I worked for Advanced for a lot of years. I apologize. And so it's still with Aero Disposal. And we're just DBA as Meridian Waste. So we're still Aero Disposal doing business as Meridian Waste. There's no personnel changes. Same guys driving the truck, same managers and all over here. As far as the hierarchy in the company, I've been our director of marketing for the state for the last couple years, and with the change, I have now been appointed to be the area president for the state for the company. So I'll be working even more closely with you guys than I have in the past. So that's really the only personnel changes. And then, and of course, Cal Franklin, that some of you have met, is going to be moving more into my role of governmental affairs and marketing. The call center in Abbeville, we closed up down there and we moved everything up to Attalla, Alabama. That's where we answer the phones now. So it's different people answering the phones, but they were trained. We added them on and brought them in slowly before we closed the old center down. The billing change that you'll see when you get your bills for at the end of the month, I think December is when y'all get your next bills. It'll say Meridian Waste on it as opposed to Aero Disposal. And so that'll be the main change you see. The trucks still have Meridian, they are still white, but they have Meridian Waste on the side as opposed to ADSI. The bullseye will go away. The carts will be the same. We're not going to change the carts. No, it'll be the same carts. And as far as the automatic drafts, some of the folks have their bills set up on automatic drafts with the bank. We think we're going to be able to change all those over well. I think it would be a good idea to encourage everyone that's on automatic draft to check in December and make sure that they're set up and everything's proper. We have the same accounting system. Both companies have the same accounting system, so it should mesh, but I don't want anybody to get left out. I think just as a safety precaution, it might be good for everyone to check their account and make sure. But again, we hope to get stronger from this company. Our company was about a third the size of the company we merged with. So we feel like it's going to give us more assets, more capital, and more people to do our job, more resources. So with that, if anyone has any questions, I'll be
Sure,
glad
Mr.
to.
Byron.
Mr. Shows, just one other question about the trash cans. Y'all use a sticker system right now. Is that going to continue with the new management, new company?
It probably will, at least for another quarter. They're evaluating that to see. That was a system we used before we got cameras and GPSs on the trucks, but now we've got cameras and GPSs on the trucks, so we can really run a route sheet. In the old days, before we got the technology, you could have a route sheet, but as you know, when you're driving a 36,000-pound machine, trying to look at a piece of paper is not a thing you want to do. And so now we have tablets in the trucks that have the routes up on the screen, and so we can actually follow a route sheet now. So those may go away, Richard. We're evaluating that right now.
All right, any other questions or comments from commissioners?
And I believe they bought out someone else too also. Is Arrow the only company they bought out?
It's the only one they bought out in this area, yes.
Okay, gotcha.
Yes.
Mr. Show, so congratulations on your promotion.
Well, thank you.
Okay, but first, I have some questions from some residents that called me. With the merger, will they see an increase in their bills? That's
No.
been.
No, it's the same contract. It'll be under the same contract that you're under right now.
Okay,
Uh,
okay.
It
That
was you're an attorney, so you'll know what I'm saying.
Oh, I
It was
know.
a stock transaction, so
Yeah.
it was not an asset sale. So it was a stock transaction, so everything stays the same from a legal standpoint. The same tax numbers and all that stay the same.
Yes, sir, thank you.
Gentry, congratulations as well. We're glad we're going to still have you.
Thank you.
You got,
Thank you, Matt.
and it's been a breath of fresh air. You said you worked for Advanced Disposal for a lot of years. We feel like we did too.
Amen.
For several. So, thank you for the proficient job that your company does in Elmore County. I know there are going to be little glitches now and then, but it's been good.
Yes, sir. Well, I appreciate that. Yeah, I did work for Advance, but I worked in another part of the state. Y'all were not my account back then. I was up in the Birmingham area, so I can't take any claim to that part of the past. But yes, sir, we do our best. I mean, you know, sometimes we run into problems, but usually it's a dead-end road that's got one or two houses or something to that effect. You know, we pick up 22,000 homes a week here. So, and y'all get 4 or 5 calls a week maybe, you know, here. So, and so I really think my guys do a great job, and they have kind of a thankless job too. And so, and I want to give a shout out to the Tallahassee Police Department while I'm standing here. We had an accident, one vehicle accident on Taylor Road over just outside Tallahassee. It was in the county, but it was in police jurisdiction. And one of our employees was injured, and but the police officers came and worked the scene and did an outstanding job, helped us with everything they could do, helped us pick up things that we didn't spill any garbage, thank goodness. But and the Taylors who live in the house there on Taylor Road, very nice folks. We knocked their mailbox down, which we've replaced. But the truck actually got over and turned over in their front yard. So we got a little landscaping we got to do there, and we're getting folks to pay attention to that. But I talked with Ms. Taylor on Saturday, and everything's good there. So the driver got off the road with both wheels, and we're not sure, maybe she nodded off for a minute or something. She pulled it back on and just overcorrected and got off in that ditch. So we hate that happen. She was fine. The helper in the truck had some pretty serious injuries, and he's still in the hospital. So, you know, I want you to keep him in your thoughts if you don't mind. But thank y'all. We enjoy the relationship, and we're glad that you give us the opportunity to serve.
I got a quick question for you.
Yes, sir.
I know you're always getting calls about missed cans and stuff. So these calls will go to Atala now?
Yes, sir. They go to
Okay.
the talent.
How quick do they come back to y'all here in this area?
Well, they like I say, we got tablets in the trucks, and the supervisors got them. So as soon as we get a call for a missed pickup or something like that, or if a can's broken or needs replacing or stolen, whatever the case may be, they put it into the system, they do a work order, and it immediately pops up on the manager's tablet down here. Our manager down here, his name is Shane Gasway, and he gets it immediately. So we can usually take care of it pretty quickly.
Within a day or two?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. We usually get them the next day. So every now and then, if something has been a little off schedule, if it's like a Thursday or a Friday miss, we'll bring some guys in on Saturday and pick up all the misses from those days. But that's the way we handle it.
Okay, thank you.
Yes, sir.
All right, Ms. Schultz, we appreciate you being here tonight, and
Thank you.
thank you for what you do for our county.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you very much. Appreciate y'all having me.
All right, next agenda item is Ms. Van Zett Minifield, concerned citizen regarding community name. Ms. Minifield, if you'll invite you to the podium and
Yes.
welcome, and please share your concerns.
My concern is about the community Redland. Redland, my folks been there since the 1800s, and it has so much history. But Redland is taking over Redland, and because there used to be a sign on 231 over where the light up said Redland Road, that been taken down years ago. But from 231 to Friendship, it's 10 signs saying Redland. Everything coming to Redland, like we got a new service station in a liquor store, it says Redland. Redland have all these nice, beautiful homes, but it's destroying all the history of Redland. I mean, Mother's Church, for example, Jug Factory Road, made jugs, pottery from the clay. And Redland has so much history, but I don't see how Redland can come in and take over Redland.
Yes,
What-
ma'am, I understand. So I know that you've spoken with Commissioner Daughtry about your concern, and we sure understand what you're saying, and we appreciate you bringing this to our attention. Mr. Bauer, I know that county personnel has spoken with Ms. Minifield as well, so can you share some insight on this for us, please?
Yes, sir, and that is correct. We spoke with her, and most of the discussion was surrounding the road signs, the street signs, which the county does install those signs, but the 911 board is the responsible entity for naming the roads in the county. There's a process to go through that. Some of the other concerns she had was about, the schools being called Redland as one word instead of Redland. But we've tried to explain that that's not really in the purview of the county commission to be able to force somebody to call that, especially you get outside of local government and you start talking about businesses and trying to control that as well. So I know that there's a historical group in the Redland community that I encouraged her to work with to try to preserve some of that history and work through that group, but I'm not sure how active they are anymore. I know they were very active when I arrived here 20-something years ago. They used to have meetings all the time, but I think that's kind of tailed down, and that may have something to do with the way that things have happened in the community in general.
Thank you, Ms.
I
Minifield.
have one more question.
Yes, ma'am.
If it was Redland, and when they named the road, if they looked on the map said 2 words, Redland.
Yes, ma'am.
So who gave them the authority to put it together as Redland? Nobody sit out for a vote, and if you naming the roads, you have to have some history from it. I mean, my road is Mathis Road for my great-grandparents, so they had to look it up. So if you look up anywhere in those maps, it says 2 words, Redland Community, not Redland. I mean, I understand progress, proud of our schools and everything, but people go by what they see.
Yes,
The sign said Redland. The man that just got the new service station in liquor store, he was saying that he wondered why the dirt was so red. I said, because you saying Redland, it's not Redland, it's Redland on account of they say Indian named it. So it, it's red in the mud, in the clay. And they got so much history, nobody cares about Redland. It's just, beautiful houses, but the history of Redland is being destroyed.
Yes, ma'am, I understand, and I don't minimize your concerns whatsoever. Fortunately, we have a rich heritage in many different areas of our county, a lot of Indian background, and so that's very important. And I think we need to do what we can to preserve that. However, I'm not really sure what jurisdiction the county commission will have to do that. Maybe you can speak with someone with the 911 board concerning the name of the road. I do know just from watching how they handle things in the past, changing the name of a road is not typically something they do. And from reading your form you submitted, that was one of the things you'd indicated that you'd wanted to have a dash added between the red and land. And again, don't minimize that concern or that desire, but that will be something that will need to be taken up by the 911 board because they handle the naming of all roads in the county. So maybe we can direct you there as far as the naming of, different buildings, different businesses. That again, I'm not really sure how we could influence that. Again, I'm glad you came and brought your concerns, just as you should do with anything that you're not really sure who to go to. Call your county commissioner as you did with the Commissioner's Daughtry and speak to our county personnel. I'm just not really sure what official action we could take to affect, the change that you would like to see take place. All righty, we appreciate you being here
I've got a
tonight.
question.
Any questions or comments from commissioners?
And I understand your concern and everything. I'm just curious, can we, as a commission, let the 911 board that we're very interested in this and possibly getting it changed to red land?
Sure, we'll communicate that too. We'll make sure that they're people affiliated with their organization or aware of your concerns. We can do that with no problem.
Thank you.
Appreciate you being here. All right. Next item, approved budget amendment for the FY 2024 budget. Mr. Byer?
Mr. Chairman, Commissioners, as we do at the end of each budget year, any grants or additional funding that we receive for projects, we try to submit you a set of budget amendments at the very end of the year to kind of clean everything up after the operational side has been completed. And in your packet, you've got amendments for this fiscal year. Those two amendments relate around EMA grants and public work grants.
All right, thank you. Any questions or comments from Mr. Byer, by commissioners? Okay. Next item, discuss ACCA workers' comp contract, 3-year renewal. Mr. Byer?
Mr. Chairman and Commissioners, it is time for our renewal for those workers' comp contracts with ACCA and the insurance funds. Just as a reminder, when we renew those opportunities for a contract with them, then we are also in a position where we can get longevity bonuses. So not only do we have the ability to have the lower rates that we would see than what we would see from an outside insurance company, but because of our pool, but also we get credit for the years of service that we are in the fund as one. This also is one of those areas where our county commission was recognized at the past ACCA conference for safety and initiatives that have been going on in the county. So.
All right, thank you. Yeah, we were honored to be a part of that presentation at our last ACCA conference. We sure appreciate staff and the efforts they do to make sure we stay in as good a position as we possibly can with all of our insurance. Any questions or comments by commissioners? All right, next item, consider revisions to the Elmore County Commission Public Information Access Policy and adoption of appropriate resolutions. Mr. Byer?
Mr. Chairman, Commissioners, in the past legislative session, Act Number 2024-278 went into effect. It was passed by the legislature and goes into effect October 1st of this year. We have several things that we needed to go back and review in our policy. The county attorney has worked with commission staff to be able to ensure that our policy will meet the new requirements. Just a couple of highlights for that. It doesn't change the right that Alabama citizens, residents have to inspect and copy public records, but it does define what an Alabama resident is, and it requires some proof of residency. It also has you specify a public officer that will handle these requests. Why that is important is because there is a more detailed process for us to track those requests. The response times that are required are more defined. There's 15 days for a standard request versus a time-intensive request. It could be 15 to just respond in terms of how long it will take to get the information and the costs associated. And there's a process where we have to document and log those. So we have actually met with our department heads as well, elected officials and department heads, to kind of detail this out. because this will create a clearinghouse for all this information to go through and be tracked and be leveraged with our county attorney's resources to be able to respond in a timely manner to the public. So we would ask that you adopt this policy, and the appropriate resolutions that are included would also define who that public officer is, which will, in our case, will be the Chief Administrative Officer.
All right, thank you, Mr. Byer. Any questions or comments from commissioners? All right, next item, consider authorizing the chairman to execute an agreement with the Alabama Department of Environmental Management for the collection, management, disposal, and/or offering for beneficial use of discarded tires. Mr. Byer?
This is the agreement with ADEM that we commonly refer to as our scrap tire agreement. So when we clean right-of-ways or even at our collection facility, what they term a transfer station, any of those tires that are collected during the process of public works activities, we're in a position to where we can actually encourage the recycling of those and be able to dispose of it. And ADEM has a program in place to help us with being able to reduce and reuse those materials. This is a multi-year agreement with ADEM that allows us to continue that program.
All right, thank you. Are there any questions or comments from commissioners? Okay, now we'll move to the consent docket. Approved travel memorandum. Any questions or comments from commissioners? All right, next item is personnel notifications. Notification of termination of Chad Roller, Equipment Operator 2, effective 9/11/2024. Notification of hire of Ezra Jennings, Operator 1, Equipment Operator 1, effective 9/23/2024. Notification of termination of David Salome, Deputy, effective 9/6/2024. Notification of reclassification of Patrick East, Investigator to Sergeant, effective 9/22/2024. Notification of reclassification of Bill Wilson, Investigator to Sergeant, effective 9/22/2024. Notification of reclassification of Michael Sharara, Investigator to Sergeant, effective 9/22/2024. Notification of reclassification of Jesse Locke, Investigator to Sergeant, effective 9/22/2024. Notification of reclassification of William Hamrick, Investigator to Sergeant, effective 9/22/2024. Notification of promotion of Richard Morgan, Deputy to Sergeant, effective 9/22/2024. Notification of promotion of Austin Carr, Sergeant to Lieutenant, effective 9/22/2024. Notification of promotion of Benjamin Colley, Sergeant to Lieutenant, effective 9/22/2024. Notification of promotion of Truman Franklin, Sergeant to Lieutenant, effective 9/22/2024. Notification of promotion of Philip Wesley Powell, Sergeant to Lieutenant, effective 9/22/2024. Notification of promotion of Stan Henson, Lieutenant to Captain, effective 9/22/2024. Notification of promotion of James Talley, Lieutenant to Captain, effective 9/22/2024. Notification of resignation of Dylan Bates, Correction Officer, effective 9/30/2024. Notification of hire of Ashley Taylor, Tag Clerk, replace S. Gates, effective 9/23/2024. Now we'll move to reports to the commission. Chief Operations Officer Richard Byer. Mr. Byer?
Mr. Chairman, Commissioners, one correction. I was asked a question about the Ridge Improvement Board, and I was incorrect. Mr. Langford is a new recommendation for that. Mr. Tom Lambert is stepping down from that seat.
Okay.
So just correcting that. Currently, departments are working on the FY24 budget closeout. Our Chief Financial Officer and Chief Administrative Officer have been working on that and getting that in a place where we're ready to launch our 25 budget in about a week and a half. I appreciate the fact that the way that the commission adopts our budget, that by doing that in that April timeframe, it puts us in a much better place where we're getting into this closeout. And so I continue to thank y'all for following that model and going that way. The main part of the rest of the preparations right now is just monitoring the tropical event that is headed our way and getting in preparation with our different departments. Our EMA department has been in constant communication through the weekend and again today, and making sure that not only our Board of Educations, but our first responders and departments are ready for that. So hopefully we'll be prepared and nothing will happen, but if we're not prepared, we know something will happen. So I just want to thank Keith and his staff for the work that they're doing, along with Public Works getting ready for that. Mr. Chairman, that's all I have in the way of report. Do you have any questions or comments for me?
All right, any questions or comments from commissioners? All right, thank you for that report, Mr. Byer. All right, now we'll move to reports from the commission. Commissioner Hines.
Thank you, Chairman. First, I want to invite everyone. My district this Saturday has a big fundraiser up at Titus. It's the Titus Bluegrass at the community center, and it starts at 10 to 4. And if you haven't ever been, you need to come one time because it's a great event all day long and a lot of good bluegrass music and good food and booths and all set up, and have a big turnout every year, and look forward to having many more this time. Also, we have another great event going on in my county, my area, my district, is the Hopeful, celebrating 100 years of being Hopeful High School and the Hopeful community and all around there. And we're going to have a lot of festivities going on because it's homecoming week up there this week. And I'm asking all the parents and everyone else that travels that area to be careful because there'll be a lot of kids out, and they'll be maybe acting a little different usually homecoming week. So just be patient with them and work with them and watch out for them so we'll keep them safe. I want to thank our fire department again, and thank you for being prepared. And to all our citizens, as Mr. Byer just said, we do have a storm that could be heading our way. And I want to ask all our citizens to pay attention. And I want to thank Keith again, as he just said, in his department, EMA, and all his employees up there at the many hours they'll be putting in the next few days, and all our employees that'll be working hard from our highway department, where Luke will be on standby with our crews and taking everything there, and all of our volunteer fire departments and we're jumping around, that will be out and about and asking all our citizens to be careful and pay attention when their trucks are out there, because some of these people don't want to slow down, and the life they say could be one of their own family members that's out there volunteering. So please pay attention to that. All our citizens would, and let's be careful. Thank you, Chairman.
All right, thank you, Commissioner Hines. Commissioner Daughtry.
And no report at this time.
All right, Commissioner Hill.
I just want to take this opportunity to thank all our employees that were involved with Law Day Friday. I was able to get by there, and I'm always amazed at the number of exhibits we have and the number of our staff people that are out there working. And we had when I was there, a very good turnout of second graders, and we couldn't do this without our employees, and I really do appreciate what y'all do to get this all together and coordinate all this.
All right, thank you, Commissioner Hill. Commissioner Jackson.
Yes, and I would like to also follow up with that. Law Day is an event that we have been doing since 2017, and it gets bigger and better every single year. So first and foremost, to my fellow commissioners, thank you for your major donation, because we were able to give each one of our students a souvenir T-shirt, which, you know, these kids love this program. It's for every second grader in Elmore County of all schools. They get to come and watch a mock trial as well as go out and meet our first responders, which is so important. So they got to see fire trucks, police cars, DHR, the DA's office, helicopters, and know that their first responders are someone who they can go to for help in their time of need. To our EMA, Keith, your team, they get all of the responders out there. Our facilities division, if waters are needed, people not parking in the parking lot, Mr. Jimmy and Steve are all on it. All of our county employees, Brittany with the photos. I mean, I could just go on and just name, and making sure all the money, everything. Thank you so much for everything you've done. And to all of our first responders that came out, I hope you all enjoyed your free lunch. I hope it was tasty. It was Publix chicken, so you know that's usually really tasty. But we look forward to doing it every year, and we look forward to always educating our students. That's all for reports, Chairman. Thank you.
Thank you, Commissioner Jackson. I appreciate what each of my commissioners, fellow commissioners do to help progress our county forward and serve the citizens. I'll now call on Brittany for important calendar dates.
Monday, October 14th, the administrative complex will be closed in observance of Columbus Day. Tuesday, October 15th will be our next commission work session at 5 p.m. with the business meeting immediately following. Monday, October 28th, we'll have a commission work session at 5 PM with a business meeting immediately following. Tuesday, November 5th is Election Day. Elmore County polls will be open from 7 AM until 7 PM. Monday, November 11th, the administrative complex will be closed in observance of Veterans Day. And Wednesday, November 13th, we'll have our commissioner swearing-in ceremony at 10 AM with the commission meeting immediately following.
All right, thank you. We will reconvene shortly for the business meeting. Good evening and welcome to the Elmore County Commission meeting for September 23rd, 2024. I will call this meeting to order. I will offer invocation and then I will ask Commissioner Hines to lead us in the Pledge of Allegiance. Please pray with me. Father, we thank you for a beautiful day, Lord. We thank you for bringing us here today, Lord, so we can serve our citizens. Father, we thank you for your love and your continued blessings. We ask you that you bless our efforts here, Lord. We ask that you continue to keep your hand on our first responders and all the people in the county that just make sure that we have as good a place as we can here in our community to live, Father. We ask that you for your continued grace and mercy on us and our efforts. And we ask all these things in your Son's holy and precious name. Amen.
Amen.
Stand.
Ms. Brittany, please call the roll.
Commissioner Hines?
Here.
Commissioner Daughtry?
Here.
Chairman Mercer?
Here.
Commissioner Hill?
Here.
Commissioner Jackson?
Here.
All right, we'll start with special presentations. Is there a motion to approve resolution honoring the achievements of Brantley Ann Barrett, 12U Alabama Open Horseman Association pole bending state champion?
Motion to approve?
Second.
Ms. Brittany, please call the roll.
Commissioner
Yes.
Hines? Commissioner Daughtry?
Yes.
Chairman Mercer?
Yes.
Commissioner Hill?
Yes.
Commissioner Jackson?
Yes.
All right, next item, is there a motion to approve firefighter appreciation proclamation?
Motion approved.
Second.
Ms. Brittany, please call the roll.
Commissioner Hines?
Yes.
Commissioner Daughtry?
Yes.
Chairman Mercer?
Yes.
Commissioner Hill?
Yes.
Commissioner Jackson?
Yes.
All right, next, is there a motion to approve hunger action awareness proclamation?
Motion to approve?
Second.
Ms. Brittany?
Commissioner Hines?
Yes.
Commissioner Daughtry?
Yes.
Chairman Mercer?
Yes.
Commissioner Hill?
Yes.
Commissioner Jackson?
Yes.
All right, next item, is there a motion to approve National Gaining Early Awareness and Readiness for the Undergraduate Program proclamation?
Motion to approve.
Second.
Ms. Brittany?
Commissioner Hines?
Yes.
Commissioner Daughtry?
Yes.
Chairman Mercer?
Yes.
Commissioner Hill?
Yes.
Commissioner Jackson?
Yes.
All right, now we'll move to regular business. Is there a motion to approve the minutes of the September 9, 2024 commission meeting?
Motion approved.
Second?
Ms. Brittany?
Commissioner Hines?
Yes.
Commissioner Daughtry?
Yes.
Chairman Mercer?
Yes.
Commissioner Hill?
Yes.
Commissioner Jackson?
Yes.
All right, next item, is there a motion to approve the memorandum of warrants for the period of September 1, 2024 through September 13, 2024?
Motion approved.
Second?
Ms. Brittany?
Commissioner Hines?
Yes.
Commissioner Daughtry?
Yes.
Chairman Mercer?
Yes.
Commissioner Hill?
Yes.
Commissioner Jackson?
Yes.
All right, now we'll move to old business. Is there a motion to appoint members to the Elmore County E911 Board? 3 appointments needed.
Yes, I'll make the motion to appoint the members, Chairman. I'd like the commission to consider Leon Smith.
Okay, there's a motion. Is there a second? Okay, hearing no second, I will read the agenda item again. Is there a motion to appoint members to the Elmore County E911 Board? 3 appointments needed.
Chairman, can I make a motion to appoint Keith Barnett, Robert Head, and Larry Brown to be on the 911 board?
Mr. Courtney has only 3 names left, and we need 3 members. Is it appropriate to appoint, make one motion with 3 members?
Yes, sir, that's acceptable and appropriate.
Okay, all right, so there's been a motion. Is there a second?
Second.
All righty, all in favor signify, I'm sorry, I'm at the wrong board meeting. Ms. Brittany, please call the roll. I've never done that before, have I? Ms.
Commissioner
Brittany,
Hines?
please call the roll.
Yes.
Commissioner Daughtry?
Yes.
Chairman Mercer?
Yes.
Commissioner Hill?
Yes.
Commissioner Jackson?
Yes.
All right, next item, is there a motion to appoint Richard Langford to the Ridge Improvement District Board?
Motion approved.
Second.
Ms. Brittany?
Commissioner Hines?
Yes.
Commissioner Daughtry?
Yes.
Chairman Mercer?
Yes.
Commissioner Hill?
Yes.
Commissioner Jackson?
Yes.
All right, next item is our motion to appoint Emily Johnson, John Strickland, Harris Garner, Rhett Smith, and Art Faulkner to the Elmore County Industrial Development Authority Board.
Motion approved.
Second.
Ms. Brittany?
Commissioner Hines?
Yes.
Commissioner Daughtry?
Mr. Chairman, I respectfully recuse as one of the members. Rhett Smith is a family member by marriage.
Chairman Mercer?
Yes.
Commissioner Hill?
Yes.
Commissioner Jackson?
Yes.
All right, now we'll move to new business. Is there a motion to approve or deny budget amendment for FY 2024 budget?
Motion to approve?
Second.
Ms. Brittany?
Commissioner Hines?
Yes.
Commissioner Daughtry?
Yes.
Chairman Mercer?
Yes.
Commissioner Hill?
Yes.
Commissioner Jackson?
Next item, is there a motion to approve or deny ACCA Workman's Comp Contract, 3-year renewal?
Motion approved.
Second.
Ms. Brittany?
Commissioner Hines?
Yes.
Commissioner Daughtry?
Yes.
Chairman Mercer?
Yes.
Commissioner Hill?
Yes.
Commissioner Jackson?
Yes.
Next, is there a motion to approve or deny revision to the Elmore County Commission Public Information Access Policy and adoption of appropriate resolutions?
Motion to approve?
Second.
Ms. Brittany?
Commissioner Hines?
Yes.
Commissioner Daughtry?
Yes.
Chairman Mercer?
Yes.
Commissioner Hill?
Yes.
Commissioner Jackson?
Yes.
Next, is there a motion to approve or deny the chairman to execute an agreement with the Alabama Department of Environmental Management for the collection, management, disposal, and/or offering for beneficial use of discarded tires?
Motion approved.
Second.
Ms. Brittany?
Commissioner Hines?
Yes.
Commissioner Daughtry?
Yes.
Chairman Mercer?
Yes.
Commissioner Hill?
Yes.
Commissioner Jackson?
Yes.
All right, now we will move to the consent docket. Is there a motion to approve the consent docket as presented in the work session?
Motion to approve.
Second.
All right, Ms. Brittany?
Commissioner Hines?
Yes.
Commissioner Daughtry?
Yes.
Chairman Mercer?
Yes.
Commissioner Hill?
Yes.
Commissioner Jackson?
All right,
Yes.
we will forego an additional reading of the personnel notifications. Are there any additional reports to the commission?
No, sir.
Are there any additional reports from commissioners? Is there a motion to adjourn?
Motion to adjourn?
Second.
Ms. Brittany?
Commissioner Hines?
Yes.
Commissioner Daughtry?
Yes.
Chairman Mercer?
Yes,
Commissioner Hill?
Yes.
Commissioner Jackson?
Yes.
we are adjourned.